Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And we have awakened Benimaru. So I have him at level 84 because I did not get overly lucky on my summons on their banner. I pulled Benny at like 55, which is really good, all things considered, but then I didn't pull another Hakurou until 235. So thankfully I didn't have to go to 300 pity for Hakurou, and that just means that I had 200 points already there for a dupe of Benny. So got him. I got 35 points left over that'll go to the seed shop, whatever. But we're going to test him out today in a number of events to see how well he does, including Space Millum. Probably not EX though. We'll probably wait a little bit on that. We'll see how I feel. But very, very quick, Benimaru is a AoE unit. Unfortunate. I have both his skills up to level 9 right now. So, transfers another random character's soul card times 2 to self and decreases all target's earth resistance by 18%. And then his second skill is increases your orange damage by 33% and increases all orange gauge buffs by 30%. So, he will work very well with Protector Hakurou, who does orb changing, or on a maybe not a 100% total help, but the Orc of Disaster changes greens to oranges, so you can definitely put him under that leader skill as well. But for now, let's go ahead and use him with the Hakurou as well, who I have leveled up. He is only level 80, because I'm not going back on that banner. He leads Earth and Fire, which seems pretty good so far. I mean, the Fire team, we've had their Fire meta. Fire Millum is there, Guy is there, Phobio is there, so crits could be very, very important to this Earth team. We will see if that is truly effective once Jubilee comes around, because right now I don't really know what the gimmick, I can't really see a gimmick for Jubilee, because we're just kind of boosting oranges, so obviously they're going to nerf every other color, but I don't know what the other true gimmick is. We have to wait for the other two units to drop. But his skill changes 3 blues and 3 greens into 6 oranges, so we will test and see if that pulls 3 and 3. If you have, 4 and 2, will it only change the 2 and only change the 3 and leave you the 1? We're going to test it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Alright. It is almost traditional now to start off any showcase video of a battle unit with a Big Daddy damage test. So that's what we're going to do. Granted, Benimaru is an AoE unit, so we're not really meant to do Big Daddy single target damage to a boss, but you might as well showcase what he can do regardless, because, I mean, you can still do decent damage. If you're clearing mobs on Tower, or if you're clearing mobs in Crucible, AoEs can work for you. They're just not as sought after as single target ults. So we're going to bring the pretty standard daddy damage team is Veldora, Shion, Millum, Rimuru. We'll do 2 cuts, one for his normal base damage against this Predator battle, and then one with all the buffs. So I will see you in a bit. Okay, so here we are, the first ult. I gotta say, I really like this sword. I really like his sword. I like his outfit overall. I mean, the fire is, typical Benimaru, but I wish I could have this sword hanging on my wall behind me. But we have not used the Veldora Protector Gauge yet, so this is just straight up his AoE damage. So let's go ahead and watch it, since this will be the first time that we're seeing it. 6,300. Definitely Definitely not great, but it is what it is. Alright, so let's keep that in mind. We'll come back when we have enough points and Veldora fully boosted up. So, see you soon. Okay, we are here for the Big Daddy damage test. Let's go ahead and pop Veldora for the last time. Alright, let's go ahead and use Windmillum, and then we will drop her out for Benimaru. No, go away. Okay, so let's do the crit buff and the pierce buff. And then we will bring in Rimuru for... bring you in. Yeah, okay. And then we'll bring in that attack boost, and then... let's see, what is this? We can take some orbs. We can take some orbs. And... did we not take orbs? Hold on. Did I use the wrong one? Wait. Were these two Benimarus? Already? Wait. Wait. He's got the debuff, so I mean, that worked. I'll have to go back and check that. Okay. But, so we've got 50% and 70% on that. And then Benimaru has the crit rate, pierce power, attack boost. Let's go ahead and send this. The first one was 6,800. So let's see how much this jumps up by. I am thinking probably like 35 or 40k. And he does 31.9, so less than I thought he would. Crit pierce right there, alright. 31.9 is his pretty much maximum potential at level 84 right now. Alright, let's begin the actual, like, usable. Alright, so starting out in this battle, we're on the first mission of the new story event, and we can see that we have a forehand of Earth Benimaru, so now is an excellent time to test out his first skill, where he steals 2 orbs. Now, I believe he only steals from one character, and so in this scenario where we have 1 trainee and 1 Earth Millum, I assume that we're only going to steal one of these orbs. We're not going to steal both and make it a 6-card send. We'll make it a 5-card send because we only have the ability to steal 1. If this trainee was this Millum card right here, then we would have 2 Millums and we could then steal both of those, and then we would have a 6-card send. But let's go ahead and test that out. So transfers another random character's soul card times 2 to self and decreases earth resistance. So there's a resistance down, and then oh, he stole both of them. So he just steals 2 at random, not like a dedicated only Millum or only trainee, but just 2 random orbs in general. Oh, that makes it a lot more useful than I initially thought. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and send this out. That is, that's very, very good, and we'll get to see his ult right here too, so perfect. And she's dead, never mind. Right, this is the first stage. But, okay, so that actually is very, very nice to see that, where it's not limited to the game randomly assigns you either a trainee or Millum. You could steal both of their cards if 2 exist on the field. That is very, very good. So let's move on to the next part, I guess, since we finished this one so fast. Okay, we are here in stage, I think, 77, because I wanted to showcase what we talked about previously of, using Hakurou strategically to get the double buff on a unit. And here, again, we have another showing that we can use Benimaru to get ourselves a 6-card send, because we've got 4, we have 2 Millums, so we're going to use this, and we're just going to take those 2 Millums and turn it into Benny. So, I mean, we're looking pretty good here. I want to spread the damage out, because we do have an ult here, we do have enough points, and we do have the meter, so next turn we could do this. I mean, this is a realistic hand. I didn't do anything the first turn except send 2 trainee cards that you missed out on. So it's not like we did some gigantic orb changing and some huge setup. We just sent what we had. And so now... Ow. Alright, now we have 74 points. Let's go ahead and bring in Fire Millum. And let's bring in Wind Millum. And then we will use Fire Millum for her crit. And we have 19 points. We'll go ahead and pop... Ooh, actually, will we have enough for this? We might. And... Okay, yeah, we do. Math is hard. We've also changed the entire field again into oranges, and then we have enough points to use the Windmill and boost on the same turn, technically. So, he doesn't increase the cap, which is unfortunate, because if you gave yourself 40 points and increased your cap, that'd be really good. It'd kind of be the opposite of what Chloe does, because she upgrades you by 40 points, but doesn't give you anything. But she does give you a whole bunch of greens, which, you know, enables you to get all those skill points that you just increase your capacity by. So it kind of is a different factor. But, I mean, this is a pretty good hand right here. Unfortunately, I don't have enough points to use Benimaru's other buff, which would increase what these oranges would give us across the board. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and send this, and then we'll leave Benimaru for last. And maybe we can... I don't know if we do enough damage to clean up here, but it'll be something. 17,000, so definitely not enough to kill everyone. And there's a sweet counter, thank you. Alright, one's dead. And the second one, I think... Yeah, had we used Benimaru's second buff, both of those guys would have died, and we probably would have had enough to kill, or at least hurt this one over here. But, again, we have another Benimaru ult, because, you know, we're changing into oranges. So, let's go ahead and send that too. And then we'll send these oranges. And actually we can use Benimaru's buff now. And boost those oranges. And this guy's dead. That middle guy's dead. And ding, ding. And Benimaru should finish it off? No. Did not finish it. Interesting. Also unfortunate. But let's finish it with him anyways. There we go. Okay. So that was the example of how to play around with Hakurou to get yourself a double buff. I mean, getting ults on this team is not going to be very difficult because you do have Hakurou doing that triple orb change. You can bring Shizu for her double orb change on blues. She fits under the leader skill of Hakurou. She's not, you know, a terribly big damage dealer, but she is a single target, which this team kind of needs. So, I mean, your potential is there. Fire Millum, obviously, is another single target unit and gives crit, so she's going to be a very valuable placement here on the team. Let's figure out where I want to go next. Okay, we're going to test something out here, because we know that Benimaru can be a selfish prick. He can steal other people's orbs for himself. But what if he was actually a team player? Because what if he had 4 cards, he stole 2, but then you bring in your main DPS for him, who needs, you know, who has their own kind of damage buffs, like, say, Gazel. And then all of a sudden you magically have a 6-card send of Gazel. And you're playing, you know, Crucible 100 against Dark Rimuru, who has a crap ton of health, so you want as much damage as possible. I mean, this could work out pretty well, and if we're running Sokka, 1, she leads Light, so Gazel gets the boost. 2, she leads Earth, which means Benimaru gets the boost. And we can keep Benimaru's skill cost down pretty low, because of Sokka. So let's test this team out. Benimaru as a supporting unit, not as a DPS. I'm going to do my best to try and get as many 6-card hands of him that I can, and then bring Gazel in, smack Rimuru around, get Gazel back out, get another 6-card hand. Oh no, I'm out of stamina. Okay, we got potions though. It's fine. That's the plan. I want to see how well this works. I was thinking, like, who leads Earth? Who else leads Earth besides the Golem and Hakurou? I forgot Soka led Earth as well. I mean, it's not, you know, the full leader buff, but it's still something. Alright. So, what kind of hand do we start out with here? I want to see, like, an entire hand of... Okay, or we don't have any Benimaru cards. Let's get Gazel out of here. Because we're going to play this the right way. Or, I mean, if we get a whole Hinata hand, then we'll just bring in him for Hinata instead. But that's not the point of this video. Okay. That's unfortunate. Blues. How long are blues nerfed for? 2 turns? Okay, well, let's go ahead and just send these then. Yeah, let's just send these. Get these nerf blues out of here. We almost have Soka. I forgot he nerfed blues. That's why you can't use Romorus here. Okay, is that 1 card for Benimaru right there? That is 2 cards for Benimaru. Alright, let's continue to send these. And we're just not getting Benimaru cards. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and put the guard up. I guess I probably could have used his skill to pull 2. Oh well. Details. And let's do that. Alright, this will hurt a little bit. Yeah, not really. Not too much. Alright, there's the guard, 300 damage. Okay, perfect. So here we go. Here is where this can begin to shine. So let's use this to lower the earth resistance, which is not going to really matter here. But most importantly, we can do this. And then use this. Perfect. Bing, 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 bing. And bing. 10,000 damage on that last hit. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, and a crit too. Okay, alright. Let's let's do this now. We can bring in Benimaru. We can use Soka to reset both the buffs on Gazel and Benimaru's Orb Steel. We can use... I guess we could have used Hinata earlier before we did that. But now we have a 6-card send here. This actually works out really well. Hold on. I mean, technically we could also do this. Oh, and we're 1 point shy. That's unfortunate. Damn it. Thought we had enough. But we do have enough for this. We do have enough for that. Alright, let's do this again. Looks like we have another ult for Gazel as well. Alright, this will do, what, another 10,000? Yep, 10,000. We haven't even used Benimaru's orange buff skill. 23.5 for that. Alright, so what does this look like? We have almost a double ult with Hinata. Yeah. I think I want to do that again, though. I'm gonna take you out. And we'll do this. We'll just do this. Oop, oop. 14-3. It's not great, but not bad. There's no buffs on her at all. Alright, Hinata's got her second ult. Ouch. Guard. Ouch. Alright, Hinata's not going to live through that, so let's bring in Shuna. And then... Ooh. Yeah, like that. Please don't nerf my blues. That'd be actually really unfortunate. And AoE. Alright, perfect. So we can do this again now, so let's go ahead and Orb Steel. We got another full hand of Benimaru, which means now we can bring in Gazel. And we got 64 points. Let's boost light. Let's boost the light damage now. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, the guard, huh? Oh, and a counterattack. Oh well. That's unfortunate, because I think we have yet another ult for Gazel now. 12,700 right there on the 6 card. Yep, and then the ult is coming again. Oh, Leon's dead. That's unfortunate. What does this bring us in now? Oh, brings us into Hinata ult. And we got ults for days. Alright, cool beanos. This team worked out pretty well, all things considered. This team works out surprisingly well. Ooh, my girl Sokka making a comeback. I like this. You've got the special orb change for Hinata, you've got the orb stealing from Benimaru, you've got the orange boost. Ooh, I think I found my new favorite team, guys. Let's I think we can call it there for this video at least. Yeah. Alright, I thought about it, and this video is already like 20 minutes long or something like that, so I didn't want to add another section to the video. That would just kind of be a little too long. So I will save the Conquest Milim for a different video, because that will probably take more than a few attempts. And I'm sure as a joke, everyone would love to see me try and take on EX Space Milim, now that the Earth meta has come. But overall thoughts on using Benimaru and Hakurou for the first time is interesting. I'll have to definitely do more testing to see just how effective these two are going to be together. Not currently overly useful on the current Earth stages because they're all built around Pierce, because all these stages are old. They're from the beginning of the game when, you know, the only protector you had was Golem for the defense, so they jacked up the attack of the enemies. That's not what this current meta coming in is going to do. They're meant to do damage and ult rush, essentially. So it'll be interesting to see what the challenge mission comes in and what Jubilee looks like, because if we take a look at Hakurou, we can already tell one thing about Jubilee, and that is they're going to nerf the crap out of greens and blues, which is going to make this orb change almost necessary. Almost necessary. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. You know, we still have three and a half weeks or something until the type advantage, the next Jubilee Catalyst comes, when this will be relevant. But just something to keep in the back of your head. Increasing your skill points by 38, I did show up how you can use that to your advantage to get some double buffs going on. Changing all this is great if you want to just ult rush. It's kind of like the Orc of Disaster, but he doesn't raise your skill cap. Because the Orc gives you 20 points, raises you by 20 points, and changes everything or change all the greens into oranges. He's essentially the Orc, but with a slight little variant to him. I would probably consider the Orc better overall. The Dark and Fire team is just a much better team than the Earth and Fire team. Raising your skill cap is essential for, you know, big nuking damage, even though you can play around with Hakurou. But I just like the Orc more than this. He seems very situational and not built for the current Earth stages. Benimaru as a whole, you know what? I actually really do like his orb stealing. You can really easily get 6-card hands with Benimaru, and you can, if you play it right, you can get double ults. Like if you use Hakurou to orb change everything to orange, and then you steal 2 oranges from whoever else, and you've got a 6-card send with Benimaru, then you're looking pretty good as far as ults are concerned. It's just very unfortunate that he is AoE. Maybe they did that because they knew if he could do such things and he was single target, he would be a little too good. But honestly, that's what the Earth team needs, is something too good. Trainee is not enough. The Chad is not enough single target damage for this team. His second skill, orange damage and orange gauge, is good, especially since you're running an orb changer as your protector unit. Buffing all the oranges will be very good. I'm sure this will really come into effect in Jubilee as well, but you can also use it on other teams and in other places. But that's it for this showcase, guys. I'll do a few more on these guys, or I'll do a few more on these units in the next coming days or so. I'm just, like I said, I'm really busy. But let me know what you guys think of these units. Do you like the design of Benimaru and Hakurou, you know, regardless of Benimaru being AoE? If he was single target, how much more would you like him? Would you consider him a very, very good unit, a mid unit, a busted unit? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe to the video, do all that jazz. But for now, take it easy guys, and I'll see you later.